What's up YouTube, it's Louis here. I hope you're all well. Today we'll be looking at Hbar on the daily time frame. I'm going to show you how we could be approaching this blue box and that where we are right now could just be a relief rally back into resistance. Please stay tuned till the very end. There's going to be free value throughout. Again, if you want to become a channel member, you can actually request charts. So I'm going to be doing an Ethereum update later today because it was a chart request from one of the channel members. You'll also stick out in the comments because you have an emoji next to you. And yeah, we'll continue with today's update. But again, like, subscribe and comment, and head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto, if you want to get more updates throughout the day and some more tips and tricks from me. So we met this 1618 target, ever losing our two key lows, which we said as long as we're above them, we're bullish. The moment we lose them, I'm flipping bearish. Our first target is down here at 4.5 cents, then 4 cents, then 3 cents. Could even be a little bit lower than 3 cents actually. 2.7 to 3 cents would be our next target. I'm going to show you how this actually is a valid scenario, and that all this is right here is just a short-term rally back into previous resistance. So we originally had this green, but since losing it ever since the FTX bankruptcy, that was essentially what pushed us back under this. We did everything to flip this bullish. We had an inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder, which we broke out bullish out of above 6.1 cents, but because we couldn't hold that support, that's why we fell straight back under. And so on this in these two specific days for Bitcoin, I was saying that it needs to hold 19.6k, otherwise it's falling to 18.6 with a much higher chance of taking out the low, which with this in the same day we did so. So now that we've lost it, we can't just expect that even though this looks like it's flipping bullish and it now wants to come up, it looks like it is going to go up. Just realize it's a pump into resistance, regardless of whether it's 20-30% up, you're just pumping into resistance. So realize that the only way I'm going to see Hbar flipping bullish is if it's reclaiming this gold box over here, this gold level, and around 6.7 cents, but I want to see this really taken out. Let's say 7.5 cents. We need to see that. For me to believe that Hbar is going to head towards 9 cents, we need to see a close above 7.5 for me to flip bullish. Until then, I'm not bullish, even if we reclaim that level, which I was once saying, hold above this and we're bullish. We lost it, so I don't even believe if we reclaim it, we're bullish. I need to see us taking out those highs now. So all I believe is that this relief rally is going to be into this key resistance. Not only is my support flipping into resistance valid, the EMAs are also in this area. So technically, once you've pulled away from the EMAs, you go sideways and run back into them to continue your trend. So we had this big dump, and so it began over here. So if we want to see us going up, we need to reclaim that. But again, it's not the expected move. You had this big dump, so you're correcting, about to go halfway of this entire move. And so that's where we should find some key resistance to continue lower. We have some further targets below at 4 cents. That is the head and shoulders pattern. Once we lost the neckline, that's what was been validated. We haven't met it yet because we ran into the 1618. And you need to understand that this is a key level of support. It does not mean the bottom is in. It could. But again, I just showed you what we need to do. We need to come up and reclaim all these levels and get above this resistance. So that's going to take a miracle, guys. So it's not the expected move. The expected move is run into the resistance and continue low. I'm going to show you why that's a potential scenario today. In the past, we've said how this is a descending triangle as well as a shoulder, head and shoulders pattern. We've got some sort of really ugly W here. There's multiple. You can argue this whole big thing here is a failed W. You can see smaller W's in here. You can see smaller W's there, so you can see 2 just there, but you can say the whole thing is a W. Regardless, I'm urging you all to check out today's Bitcoin update, because we spoke about a fractal that's printing right now that is actually showing us that the bottom is not in. And I've actually also found that fractal on the Hbar chart. It's going to be a little bit different to the Bitcoin one because the moves, of course, are different market caps. However, it's essentially the same moves. So we recognized on Bitcoin that this capitulation for Bitcoin, not for Hbar, for Bitcoin, was something that had previously shown in the past back here, but for Bitcoin, not for Hbar. But I'm just showing you in terms of the Bitcoin chart. So thank you for the patience. But essentially we had a shoulder, head, shoulder, followed by a double bottom over here. For Bitcoin, it actually got above the EMAs. and then it capitulated. So we have a head and shoulders pattern followed by a double bottom over here that fails, and then we capitulate. Essentially what we're seeing down here, guys. So I'm going to pick off that fractal. I'm just going to do it from the head and shoulders all the way back down to the bottom of the capitulation. My apologies, I'll do that again. From the top here down to here, there we go, and I'll move this over here. So we'll try our best to line it up, guys. So over here, there we go. So that's probably the best we're going to be able to do. So at the top of our head and shoulders, we came down, and when we found support, we pumped back up and we formed our right shoulder, which we can see right here. So I'll just move it. There you go. So you can see this is lining up exactly. Then I move it a little bit, and we got essentially the exact support and resistance, the same levels. So we'll move that over, and you can see the double bottom over here. It's a bit ugly, but if I move it down, you can see one bottom, your neckline, your second bottom here. So again, it's a bit hard to see it over here because we've got multiple double bottoms. So we've got 3 essentially, but you can see roughly when we hit the resistance over here, you've got one bottom, you've made your neckline, you've got your second bottom over here, and we pumped, and literally in the exact same area, that's where you started to capitulate. You can see we stall off over here in this area, and that's essentially where we are right now. But you can see this ends up with a failure to find support to confirm this as your bottom, and all it is a relief rally into resistance to then continue lower to our final targets, which is the descending triangle target. Not only was it the descending triangle target, it's also just been given to us through this fractal. So this is what I'm actually anticipating going forward for Hbar. Again, if you want me to teach you how to do this, I do offer all of this over on my Twitter, Louis_crypto. There is a link just below. And as you're already looking at my cursor down here, just simply go on and click like on the video. Check out the memberships as well, guys. If you do want to donate, there's also that super thanks underneath the video right next to the like button. But other than that, again, guys, just pumping into this resistance, having this sort of relief rally. I don't care how much percent it is, because I'm not going to believe we're bullish until we're reclaiming 7.5 cents. Until then, I do expect that this pump is just a fake pump into resistance to continue low, and I've showed you the exact reasons why we will continue. But if you want further proof, I do urge you, I tell you every single day, please watch my Bitcoin updates. Over 50% of you are not subscribed, so if you were, we'd be sure to hit 5,000 subscribers as quick as possible. So go ahead and help me achieve that, because I am making these videos for free, which I don't have to, because again, guys, I'm not even in Hbar, but I know that you guys need the TA. So it would be appreciated if you could give back to the channel. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, peace.